Hi everyone, for this question they say for each of the following functions find the inverse, then state the domain and range for the inverse function, then we need to sketch their function on the same axis in the graph. So for the question A, a quadratic function, and you notice that it said x greater than 0 means they were talking the positive side only to be inverse. So firstly, we're going to answer, find out its inverse first. To find its inverse, composite method, ff inverse equals to x. So substitute this f inverse into the x here, it will become negative. F inverse square plus 5 equals to x. So simplify it. Move the 5, become x minus 5. And then move the coefficient negative, it become negative x plus 5. And then we simplify the squares. We get two answers, square root, positive and negative. Then since, look at the question domain, we only taking the positive side to be inverse. Therefore, our inverse function supposedly to get positive answer. Then we continue, find out its domain and range. So domain of the F inverse refer to the range of the function. Then range of the F inverse refer to the domain of the function. So look at the function here, quadratic. So quadratic originally is not special case in domain, it will be negative infinity to infinity. Since these questions give a conditions here saying x more than equals to 0, means that our domain of the function is more than equals to 0. So it will be equals to our range of the function. So range of the inverse function equals to the domain, so which is more than equals 0. And then what is the range of the function? What is the range of the inverse function? It will be, what's the range for this function to be the domain of the inverse? So we have to draw this roughly, seeing that negative x squared plus 5, negative x squared going down, plus 5 means maximum here is 5. So they're only taking positive side, means this side is not included. So domain x more than 0. For range, maximum point is 5. So range of the function, domain of the function, 0 to infinity, range of the function, negative infinity up to maximum value 5. Therefore, domain of the inverse function, we will refer to the range of the function, so which is negative infinity until 5. Then after that, we're going to draw this function in a graph. So how to draw this function? Firstly, we draw out our fx. So our fx, just now I have a draft here, quadratic, going down, maximum 0.5. So taking the right side only. So this is the quadratic, maximum 5. This is the function. So to find its inverse function, we need to reflect it on the axis of reflection. So our axis of reflection will be a line passing through origin. in the gradient of y equals to x, in the gradient of y, gradient of 1. So this is the line of refraction. Then to get f inverse, we must do fx, then reflect on the y equals to x to get another function, which is f inverse function. So do this refraction. So as phi here, refract here, we're getting here positive phi. So this is your refraction. For the first curve here, you can see this is the object. So this is refraction. This is the image. So continue for this. It will be reflected over there. So of course, I'm doing this digitally. So in the class, we can do on the paper, we can lukis fx, then kita lipat kertas itu, then kita tekap, kita buat reflection supaya kita dapat image ni tak lari lah. So on here, when I drawing freehand like this, it might be not so symmetry. So you can see some part of small, some part is bigger. But in class, we can do it in the paper. Kita lipat, dan kita gores, kita tekap. So we use pencil to draw this. So after we finish this, we need to label all the intercept that is go through. So firstly is the roots here. So finding the roots, it will be square root of 5. So there will also square root of 5 reflection. Then label this is our function that will be reflected, become inverse function graph.